We are live officially. And if you have been listening to this recording, you have been listening in the future because this is the Hoops Dramas podcast live on YouTube. And I have on the hotline Adam Shelfu. That's right. I'm back to wearing my Steph Curry shirt because he's having an amazing week, isn't he, Adam?
He really is. Geez. I mean, he had multiple 10-point or 10 3-pointer games this week. Really just kind of breaking the game. There's not much else you can say. At this point, it's him or Magic Johnson is the best point guard of all time. And I don't think there's really anyone else in that discussion,
Yeah, he's if you're making an all-time starting five, he's probably your guy, right? I mean, like in terms of spacing, like because you're probably gonna have LeBron on there. Magic and LeBron's a little redundant, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, as far as you're saying, like if I were to pick a starting five, just best players of all time.
Yeah, but your personal starting five to go up against anyone.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, Steph's never been an elite defender. I'd take Magic's defense, but he's the best shooter of all time. So I'd probably go Steph, Jordan, LeBron. And then, I'd probably put Larry Bird at the power forward or LeBron at the power forward. And then at center, I'd go Jokic.
Your all-time starter, you put Jokic already.
Yeah, let me put Jokic in there.
I really should have worn my Jokic jersey for this. I was actually thinking about wearing it. But
I don't know. I mean, you could go Will Chamberlain.
You want to start there? You want to start with that one?
Which one? The Nuggets game?
Yeah, the Nuggets and the Rockets.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Okay.
Like I said, I did put some money on the Nuggets. They're obviously there is no Jamal Murray, and that is very sad.
Yeah. They actually don't have him in the may not play section because we all know now that he's out, and it's unfortunate. Well, we mentioned the last show, it's the worst time to get an injury this time of the year.
Yeah.
So the Denver Nuggets are 8.5-point favorites, and the over/under is 226.5. What are you thinking here tonight?
This is a really interesting one because it seems like sometimes Houston hangs around in these games, but at the same time, they really have no business hanging around in this game. Denver's going to win. It's just a matter of how much they win by, right?
Yeah, I got Denver winning this one. I got this under on the under 101-90.
Okay, interesting. So I got some numbers in front of me right now. Denver averages 115 points per game. The Rockets average 108. And so let's see. The over-under is 226. That's right around there. I think that the Rockets are going to have a real hard time stopping Jokic. It's going to be like, what are you going to put Kelly Olynyk on him? Or
yeah,
what's like what do you do? It looks like Christian Wood you could probably put on him, but I think Jokic is going to eat. I think that the Nuggets go a little bit above their average tonight. I think they got 117, and I think Houston's a little below their average. So I'm going 117 to 106. Denver.
117 to 106. All right, very nice.
Yeah, so that's just on the that's just under. But I feel confident in Denver, and I think you could take the spread here. They should win by at least 9 points.
Hey, you think anyone would ever have Karl Anthony Towns in their all-time starting five?
Only a Kentucky fan only a Kentucky fan, because if you're a Timberwolves fan, you're picking Kevin Garnett.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could have them together, I guess.
Well, then,
if you're a super Timberwolves fan, I don't know.
Yeah, or if you were raised by wolves and that's all you know.
Let's move there to Timberwolves hosting the Heat. I couldn't even think of their home or away. I had to think of the word hosting. They're hosting the Heat. And the Heat are 6.5-point favorites, and the over/under at 220. Iguodala, game time decision. Gabe Vincent, game time decision. Oladipo, still out. Ariza getting some minutes for them. Jimmy Butler.
Very interesting. Yeah, the Heat, I'm kind of like waiting for them to totally figure it out with Oladipo, right? I feel like they're kind of like still figuring out their identity with him. And it's also very interesting. And it looks like he's out tonight anyway, as you said. But they don't have a super. It's like all their guards, kind of combo guards. I guess Dragic and Nunn do a lot of the primary ball handling stuff, but you got Tyler Hero and Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo, so a lot of good playmakers. I think that there's no doubt in my mind that the Heat win this game. Once again, it's just a matter of by how much. The Heat aren't a very high scoring team, but they do a great job on the defensive end. If I had, let's see, Heat average 106 points per game. The Timberwolves average 110. I think the Heat win this one 109-98. So they beat the over. It's in Minnesota, and it could be interesting, but I'm going Heat 109-98.
Yeah, I'm going similar score here. I got 115-107. The Heat winning.
Okay.
Transportation.
A little higher.
Oh, or is this the flight attendant from Mars or something? Because I don't know why I'm saying flight attendant. That's I shouldn't be saying that. Is that the narrator leading to Mars?
Yeah, that was David Bowie.
One of David Bowie in disguise, right? Let's go backwards here. Let's go to the Grizzlies at the Chicago Bulls. Our team. We were talking about the Bulls a little bit earlier. If you're listening to the secret recording,
and everyone's getting off right now. We just passed Mercury, and there's a lot of skiing this time of year in Mercury.
Oh, that's interesting that you guys went back. You guys went back around to go take a tour at the beginning of the solar system. That's really interesting.
Yeah, it's a very strange route.
That's really cool. That's really cool that they made you go around. Maybe so for future. I mean, it's probably like the route, right? It probably goes that way. Interesting.
Yeah. You start at the sun. It's very hot on the sun. Speaking of the Suns, the Phoenix Suns are also very hot. But they don't play tonight. That was just an observation. They are arguably the best team in the NBA right now.
Better than the Utah Jazz, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Did you see the statistic I sent you on Twitter?
Oh, yeah, I think I did, yeah.
Chris Paul has thrown or has had one turnover in his last 40 assists.
Oh, yeah, that doesn't surprise me. I mean, I would expect him to have something like that.
Yeah,
still at the top of his game, man. He's still at top of the game, I should say. But the Bulls and the Grizzlies, who you got here? This should be interesting, but I don't know. The Bulls are not trending right. Do you think the Bulls could win here? Do you think the Bulls could win tonight? Because this is a lot to ask for tonight. This is the Grizzlies.
I think honestly, the Bulls. I'm wondering what it looks like, right? Because maybe it's easier for Vucevic to kind of play his game without Zach LaVine. I feel like I've said before, they're still trying to feel each other out a little bit. Valanciunas against Vucevic is going to be a super fun matchup. But really, I just don't think the Bulls have the horses to pull this one out. And the Grizzlies are a really tough team. Let's take a look at the numbers on this one here, Hami. But I will tell you,
I got the Bulls losing 110-106.
Okay.
And the Grizzlies don't cover, and the over/under is 221. That's just a little under.
Yeah, I think that the Bulls are going to have a little bit more trouble than usual scoring the basketball. I'm going Grizzlies 113, Bulls 105. And it hurts me to say that.
Vucevic's former team, the Magic, beating up the Bulls, and they kind of have a couple surprising wins every now and then. But they're playing the Toronto Raptors tonight. The Raptors.
Battle of
the Bulls. Yeah. Oh my God, you're right. That's an under. No one's talking about that a lot, really. I'm lost with words today, but no one really talks about that. The Raptors situation right now.
The Raptors are super, super, super hurt. So I'm actually going. I think Magic win this one.
Orlando reclaims the state.
Yeah. I mean, you look at that Toronto starting five. It's Fred VanVleet, Malachi Flynn, Yuta Watanabe, which sounds like a Jedi Knight's name. Watanabe.
Oh, Watanabe. Yeah, I like that.
Doesn't that sound like a Jedi?
I could see that. Yeah, Watanabe. Is he part of the Sith?
Star Wars planet. Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
I'd like that.
So I don't know who that is.
Raptors are 2.5-point favorites and over under 213.5.
And I'm a little surprised by that because I don't know. I mean, like honestly, Wendell Carter's been playing great ever since he switched teams. Just pumping out these double doubles, and Cole Anthony's out there looking like Rick James or some sort of Egyptian princess. He looks beautiful with his haircut.
Yeah, Cole Anthony doing great for my fantasy team. Future champs, by the way, undefeated.
Okay,
we're trying to go undefeated.
You beat me last week.
You scared me there. Yeah, the two matchups we played was close.
Jeez, yeah, I'm trending the wrong way in that fantasy league right now. I'm going Orlando Magic 104 and the Toronto Raptors 98.
Okay.
So I honestly think I would recommend just taking the Magic on money line. I think they're going to get the win. Like the Raptors are just super beat up.
I got Orlando losing to the Raptors 98-93.
Wow, a nice old school low score.
Yeah, it's going to be a grind win for the Raptors. You guys better win. But don't take my word for it. Anyone who's trying to actually bet on this stuff, don't do it. Okay. Let's move on to the Brooklyn Nets hosting the Charlotte Hornets. This could be a tough one, but Kyrie and KD are back.
Yeah, I have a hard time seeing Brooklyn losing with Kyrie and KD. But at the same time, it's like the Hornets just kind of find a way to get the job done. But they got a lot of injuries right now. PJ Washington's a game time decision. Devontae Graham is out. Malik Monk is out. Gordon Hayward is out. And so if they do win, it's because Miles Bridges and Terry Rozier go absolutely crazy. But I just don't see that happening. It's a shame there's no James Harden because I'm looking forward to seeing these guys like more full force. I do want to shout out LaMarcus Aldridge, who just retired. But I'm going Brooklyn Nets 121 to 106.
Oh, very close to my score. 117 to 105. I got the Nets winning. They don't cover. They're 12.5-point favorites, so they don't cover my thing. But I think it is over. So, no, it's just under. Yeah, 223 is the over under. It's just under, and the Nets do not cover. Again, don't take my word for it. All right, the Washington Wizards against the New Orleans Pelicans. This is in DC.
The Lizards, as I like to call them. And
the Lizards.
Don't look now.
And the Wellikins.
Well, yeah, the Wellikins. This is an interesting one because the Wizards are quietly making a playoff push, and people aren't really talking about it. But
because of the Bulls, the Bulls struggling, like the Raptors too. I don't think their fans want this, but that's how it goes. Maybe the Bulls will get that lottery pick.
Golly, yeah. But
this is gonna be a high scoring though. That's for sure.
Yeah, with these two teams, what is the over under on here?
It is 240. Wow. Yeah.
Wow.
I think that can go over.
I think so too. I kind of think it will.
I got 124 to 120. Your winner can pick whoever they want. 124 to 120.
Okay.
The gambler can pick whoever they want.
I'm gonna go 121 to 118. So just barely. No, I'm going 123, 119. Just over.
Russell Westbrook coming through in the clutch.
I think that I don't know. Like I for some reason I'm going Pelicans here, even though like my brain says take the Wizards. My gut says take the Pelicans.
2-point favorites, the Pelicans. All right.
Yeah.
What do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. We have about 5 more left. Okay, so we got the Pacers and the Jazz. Who do you like here?
I definitely like the Jazz here.
Yeah, in Utah. And they are 10-point favorites. Over under at 234. That could get close.
Yeah, I think it could be a little closer than that. But who knows? They could blow them out, right? It's going to depend a lot on Miles Turner. He's a game-time decision. So is Doug McDermott. The Pacers are healthy, and so they could keep it close. And I kind of think, in typical Pacer fashion, they'll be good until the fourth quarter, and then they'll kind of blow it. So I bet it's like a 6-point game going into the fourth, and then they'll find a way to lose by 12 or something. Or maybe it's a 4-point game going into the fourth, and then they lose by 8.
Yeah, I kind of have the former for you here. I got 118 to 104 Utah.
Wow, that's quite the prediction.
Yeah, well, they go up by 10, 12, and then it's just, they just take care of business because it ends up as 118.
I'm going to go 116 to 112. 116, 108. 116.
Okay. So they don't get that extra 4-point play at the end. You still there?
I'm still here.
Okay.
116, 108.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Now we got the game of the night. This is gonna be a good one. The Oklahoma City Thunder against the Detroit Pistons.
What a horrible game. Should be low scoring, right? Yeah, the over. I'm taking the under on the 216.
Yeah.
Well, Lou Dort's back. OKC should win this one.
Yeah, the Pistons winning 114 to 109.
And the Pistons are the favorite here. It is in Detroit.
Yeah.
I am going OKC. Let me just take a quick look at the charts here. Not that they're super indicative of anything to happen, but yeah, if I feel strongly about anything, I feel take the under because the Pistons average 108 points, where the Thunder average 105. And so I noticed it looks like scoring has maybe dropped off. Maybe the defense has tightened up recently. And so I'm going Thunder 104, Pistons 98.
Okay, Thunder coming out with the win.
Yeah.
Yeah, this honestly could be a good game. All right, next game. I don't know why you waste your time watching this one. Don't even waste your time watching this at all. This is just an ugly game. The Clippers against the 76ers. What do you got? It's just so boring.
The actual game of the night? Yeah, the Clippers have not lost yet with Rondo. Did you know that?
I'm not surprised because I remember they were like 32 and 16 around there, and they're 39 and 18 now. That doesn't surprise me. But is Rondo? Is he playing? Is he off the bench?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, very nice. Rondo's great.
Yeah. So, game time decision for Kawhi Leonard. And so I would keep an eye on that game time decision for Tobias Harris.
I wouldn't go on this game for sure.
Yeah, I think go either way. If Kawhi is healthy, I think the Clippers win. But there are a few different injuries that are also problematic. Patrick Beverly is out. Serge Ibaka is out. But I'm still leaning towards Clippers if Kawhi is healthy.
I'd got the Clippers winning if Kawhi's healthy, but I feel like he's not going to play, and I think the Sixers win.
Okay, the Sixers average 114 points a game. The Clippers average 115. I think the Sixers could definitely have an edge on the glass here. especially with Ibaka being out. It could be a recipe for a monster game from Joel Embiid. I think a good way the Clippers could keep themselves in that game, though, is they're a much better 3-point shooting team, shooting close to 42%. It's in Philly. Yeah, I'm going to go Philly. 114 to 111.
114, 111. I got the 111, 106. The Sixers taking the win as well.
So we're both going Philly here.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm writing a text here. But yeah, like I think the Embiid and Simmons, they're gonna come out guns blazing tonight, and it's gonna be a good game. We only have a couple more left here. We have a pretty good one here. The Blazers on the road against the San Antonio Spurs. The Blazers 2.5-point favorites and over under 232.5. The Blazers' worst defensive team in the league.
Yeah, both these teams kind of having some struggles right now. The Blazers have fallen back to earth recently. They've lost 2 in a row, just 5-5 in their last 10. Where the Spurs are really falling apart. They're way down at the 10 spot. Remember, just a few weeks ago, we were talking about them as the 4. And so they're 3-7 in their last 10. They have a negative differential now. I think that the Blazers are just plain and simple the better team. And so I'm pretty confident, actually, that they're going to be able to get this win. And I'm confident that they actually cover the 2.5. It is going to be fun, though, because Derek White, Dejounte Murray are going to be a really fun matchup against CJ McCollum and Damian Lillard. Those are 2 of the better defenders at the guard positions in the league. But all in all, it's just too much firepower. And I think that Portland will break through eventually. So I'm going 112 for the Portland Trailblazers, 106 for the San Antonio Spurs.
112 to 106. All right, very nice. So it's way under.
Really? Yeah,
I think so. Yeah. It's
233.
Yeah. I got 124 to 121. The Blazers with the win.
Interesting. You know what? I'm looking at these numbers again, and I'm going to bring my score up a little bit because it looks like the Blazers average under 15 points a game, just under. And the Spurs are struggling a little bit lately, and so I'm gonna bump the Blazers up to 118, and I'll bump the Spurs up to 110, 118, 110.
Perfect.
118,
yeah.
111. 118,
That sounds about right. Yeah, but you never know. The Spurs could win this one. Who knows?
Yeah.
Last one tonight. We have the New York Knicks against the Dallas Mavericks. We got 2 playoff teams here. It should be good.
Yeah, the Knicks just had their first 3-game win streak of the season. No Mitch Robinson. Nerlens Noel is a game-time decision. I don't think that bodes well against a Dallas team that has a lot of good bigs. You saw the Luka Doncic shot the other night?
Of course, he's fresh off that game winner, and that was one of the most wild shots that you'll ever see. And that's why he's Luka Magic. This guy makes incredible game winners. This guy has a lot of game winners already.
Yeah, he is gonna retire as one of the greatest of all time. I think that the Mavericks kind of look pretty good tonight. I think that that is such a big emotional boost that they might have themselves a real good time, especially being at home. This year they're averaging 111 points. They were the best offensive team in the NBA, and I think they're going to look more like that team. So I think they're going to score. And the Knicks are a really good defensive team. But I think they go a little bit over that. I think they go 114 to 108 Dallas.
114, 108. All right, a little higher than I had. At 107, 102. Mavericks grinding out a win here.
I really like that though, because the Knicks are just such a good defensive team.
Yeah,
and they always game plan. It's just what Thibodeau does so well is he's always got plan together for these stars. But I think that this game's going to be a little personal for Porzingis. I think it always is against the Knicks. And I just don't think that Knicks, as good as their defense is, I don't think that they have anyone who can actually stop a confident Luka Doncic.
Yeah. Not many teams can, and we'll see. It'll be interesting with the Knicks tonight with solid defensive team. So that's it for our daily dollar of 4/16/2021. Thank you for watching, all one of you. He's Adam Shalfo. I'm Hami Rain, and we'll see you later. Adam, enjoy the trip to Mars.
All right. I'll talk to you later, buddy. Thank you.
Hopefully, we'll see you there in a couple of years.
I'll send back pictures on my rover.